chick, whichever one happens to show up. Today, Danny only showed up because he heard there's free kettle corn. It's Two Chicks and a Chris, part of Discover Muscatine. Now here's Brian.
Hello, Muscatine. I hate to tell you this. I'm sure you've recognized already that I'm not Brian. Unfortunately, we're recording this Wednesday afternoon. We just got done with the Muscatine County Fair's groundbreaking for their new Kent Event Center. And Brian was traveling for his real job at CBI to Wisconsin. And apparently there's been some weather. I haven't heard from him for hours. He could be anywhere. I don't know. Danny, have you heard from your brother?
I did talk to him. He's alive. He ain't in a ditch or anything.
Oh, he is. Well, I mean,
so he's doing good.
He didn't respond to me.
He's just on his way home. So he couldn't make it with us here today.
Oh, so he's alive and just ignoring me.
He's doing good.
So with that, Danny, I do have one important question just to follow up and close up some things from the last show. Have you brushed up on your math?
Yeah.
Okay, so
if you got 2 pounds and you take a half a pound in once, they go in 3.
Right. Okay. Yep. That's chick math right there for you, everybody. Moises is sitting over there going, I could use this at Hy-Vee. He's like, look at that.
You can make some money.
Hey, he's got some Schweitzer in him. He's already doing it. So we're, as you can tell, Two Chicks and a Chris is on the road. Danny didn't get lost.
Nope. I made it all the way to West Liberty.
We are sitting in what is about to become functionally the old activity center for a while until it becomes a parking lot. Kelsey, you always look like you have so much fun when you do this with me. I've got Kelsey Meyers from the Muscatine County Fair. She's been the fair manager for about 5 years now. And Moises Calderon, who is the much better looking store director for Hy-Vee here in town. And so, Kelsey, could you tell us real quick why we're out here, why I have one of 6 magical gold shovels? What did you guys just do?
We had our groundbreaking for our new event center. We started fundraising for the new event center a year ago, and so we just broke ground, and we will actually work on digging our foundation here this next week. And we did announce today that, as you can tell in the background, the new event center will be called the Kent Center. Kent Corporation is our keynote donor. They did donate $500,000, which has been huge and really kicked off the project a year ago. And so, like I said, we broke ground here today, and then we should be moved into the new Kent Event Center in January, February timeframe of 2026 to host our first event. So we're very excited. It's a big day at the Muscatine County Fair. It's our biggest project to date. It's a $2.5 million project. And so far we've raised $1.38 million. And we have a $2 million goal. So we're well over halfway there. So we're very excited.
Yeah, I got out here today with the weather and everything come in, and I didn't know if it was going to be inside or outside. But moving it inside was nice until we went out to actually move some dirt, and you had a pretty good turnout.
We had a fantastic turnout today. People from all over the county. It wasn't just West Liberty. We had people from Durant, Muscatine, Davenport, Tipton. I mean, there was people from all over, and that was nice to see.
Davenport's not in Muscatine County, dear.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They were from all over. We had a great turnout.
So, Moises, you are the new store director. Well, and you're really not a new store director, I guess I should say. How long have you been here?
In Muscatine for 6-7 months already.
Yeah, has it been? God, it feels like it's been longer.
It's only been that short amount of time.
So, could you explain how Hy-Vee kind of became a part of this process, what you guys have done? Mm-hmm. And I assume you guys are going to put like a store inside it or something, or
a store? I'd hope so, right? I'd wish, but no. Pretty much, Hy-Vee has always been known to be a supporter of the community. The community supports us, and we like to support it back, whether it be with donations. The $150,000 donation was, I'm glad to be a part of that whole scenario and whatnot. But Hy-Vee's just always been known to support the community.
Yeah, and that's one thing that this, we work pretty closely with the fair, and it's been exciting to see this process. I remember probably 2 years ago now, you came to me for the first time. We're thinking about this, we're working on this, keep it in the back of your mind. And then, we had Night for the Fair last year.
Yep, weekend for the fair.
When Rich was here, Rich Dwyer, and you announced the Kent donation, the matching donation, which, $500,000 to match is real money ways, right?
Right.
And you guys did a tremendous job of knocking that $500,000 out pretty quick. So what's been the most encouraging part of this for you as the fair director, watching this all come together?
Yeah, so like I said, Kent Corporation, stepped up right away. That was fantastic. It wasn't long after that, actual families started donating to the project. From there, there was foundations starting to donate, nonprofits, other corporations, other businesses. But just the fact that the families believe in the project just as much as we ourselves. And then our fair board members. So our fair board is held of 18 individuals from all around the county. And so the fact that those 18 people plus past fair board members, between our fair board and our past fair board, they themselves have donated over $130,000 just themselves. So to me, that just shows how much passion and belief that our fair board has in this project, and the fact that the families also believe in it. It's been very humbling.
Yeah, I think it's important to point out. I mean, you have your big donors like the Kent and
Right,
the Hy-Vee,
Hy-Vee,
and you mentioned the Howells donated $50,000 here recently.
Yep.
They're all important to note, but you had a lot of small, whether it's people associated with the fair or farming, the farming community around the county that really gave you a lot of donations to get you where you are today.
Yeah, and then we had another big one here tonight. Like you said, we mentioned the Howe family stepped up here this week. That we were so thankful for them. On top of that, right before we started the program, the Herb and Nancy Townsend Foundation came forward. Originally, they donated us $50,000 right after the Kent Corporation donation. So they really helped get the project rolling. Well, tonight, they like I said, they walked up to us 5 minutes beforehand and told us that, they approved this morning. They're going to give us another $25,000 on top of that $50,000. So they are our first repeat donor, and that's huge. That is huge. We're going to start to see more of that, I believe, but it's been just very humbling.
And you did mention that if you reach another threshold here, which is maybe a couple 100,000, 250 away, that you can qualify for. So that state grant you might be able to qualify for?
Yeah. So there's a CAT grant out there, and so you have to fundraise at least 65% of your total project. So like I said, we are now with those two donations we got here this evening, we are $225,000. So $225,000 away from being able to qualify to submit an application for that grant. And then if we submit that application, we would be able to apply for up to $450,000. So that doesn't mean we would get that much, but it means we could at least apply for that much, which would be huge for this project.
So, Kelsey, tell us a little bit about what is going to be in, and if you guys just kind of do a little V out, which is so we can see behind.
Yeah.
Kelsey, what do we have here? What all is going to be in the event
so
center?
As you walk in the east side of the building here, so we'll have an entrance. Off to the right-hand side, we'll actually have a meeting room, a smaller meeting room. Off to the left-hand side, we'll actually have office space for the fair staff. And then right behind their office, off to the south, we'll actually have a boardroom. But if you come back out to the entrance, as you move on through the building, then you'll come out to the big great room. So that's where Hy-Vee came into play. So Hy-Vee bought naming rights to the great room. Once you're in the great room, that's about 8,400 square foot. Off to the north side, we'll have bathrooms and some storage area. But then off to the south side, we'll have a prep kitchen, a bar, and then a L-shaped patio.
So that serves a couple different purposes. You'll be able to do community events if somebody wants a wedding or other family or to get together. But then during the fair, in your 4-H, your FFA, kind of like we do here now.
Yeah, so the big thing right now, this activity center is used for the static projects here for 4-H and FFA kids during the 5-day fair. And it's also where, they do their Fair Queen interviews. It's where they do the interviews for the static projects. All the 4-H and FFA projects take place in here. So during the fair, this event center is where all of that will take place. There's also some culinary skills that the 4-H clubs will be able to use or work on in the prep kitchen as well. So we'll have some different workshops planned with the extension office. But then outside of that, correct, family events, whether that be wedding receptions, family reunions, birthday parties, different things like that. This building will be able to seat 500 people, which is huge. There's nothing like that within a 50-mile radius of here. We've had several people from Muscatine and Wilton and different areas, call here looking to see the activity center because they just tell us like they can't find anything big enough. And as soon as they hear about this, they are so excited and they can't wait for it to come to fruition because there's just no place close that can house that or seat that many people.
Right. I expect you'll be getting plenty of reservations
Yeah.
to start booking it here
Yeah.
for long.
It's almost like they're going to have a website where you can like get information, reserve things potentially, and you can see what's available.
Yeah.
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 Probably like your county fair website.
Well, and it's going to have its own. So, Moises, have you started working on the plaque that goes in the kitchen that says, like, if you need catering, call?
Yeah, that same one that we have right above with Jake's face, we're gonna put it right there. We're gonna put it above the.
Go. Oh, I think I hit something. Rich, push.
Got it? Thank you all for attending of that.
Closer than you realize. It comes quick.
Welcome back. That was like the quickest scene change you'll ever see because that was like 6 seconds in there. So we're back with Tim Nichols. I don't know why I said Nelson. I know Tim Nelson from First National for 100 years. That's why I'm not on camera as much anymore, right, Danny?
And I can believe it's 100 years because you're old.
You're older
It
than
might
I
be
am.
125 years. I don't know.
So that's what you get.
You're almost as old as the fair.
Now, this is actually
175.
which is 175.
176.
Yeah, it was 175 last year. So correct me, I said something last week and I may have been wrong. This is the oldest county fair in Iowa, correct?
I believe so. We actually used to. I believe we are. We actually used to host this Iowa State Fair. We are where the Iowa State Fair was located. The state fair had the state fair here. I believe like
Interesting. I never
4
knew that.
yeah, 4 years. Until they bought their current location and then the state fair moved to Des Moines.
Well, that sounds dumb.
I'm just telling you. When I was fair queen, you had to find out like the most interesting fact about your home fair. And so, I was Muscatine County Fair Queen. I did a little research. Yeah, that is a true fact. We even have a plaque in the fair office. It was in the 1800s when it was hosted here. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think the cool stuff is we have a really good plan and a builder in place. We went out for bid last summer with 7 different contractors, and we vetted those out between June, July, on into September to find the best contractor that is suitable for this project. And we chose Brad Akers. He's a local realtor, developer, home builder. So he's that local guy who knows the local utility guys. He's just well connected here in town with the contractors around the area, and he's excellent at communication. I think I said in the main presentation that he always answers the phone. Morning, night, weekends. He has been very accommodating. So I think it's getting that plan in place and knowing that we'll be successful, starting ground digging here in a week or two.
Next
like
week,
the excavators are literally sitting out there.
next Thursday, they are digging a foundation. He confirmed it with me today. It's happening.
So he's aggressive. I mean, with any project, there's cost, quality, and availability or delivery. I mean, he was, if not the best cost, right there neck and neck with the next best. Quality, his quality of previous projects around. He did some projects over at Riverside with some condos. So he's been in the light commercial space. And then delivery, I mean, he just is absolutely on the spot with anything we ask of him. He gets right back to us. So cost, quality, availability, he's on it.
Didn't you say material's going to be showing up here in a few weeks?
Yes. We've got what they call a laydown area planned right outside, and in the very next days or week, we're going to push some sod aside, get some gravel in there. It will be our future part of our future parking lot, but that will be the laydown area for the building drop off and material drop off, that sort of thing. So Fair Board members who are very familiar with construction. We have some construction people, some ag people on our Fair Board, and they step in and volunteer and make things happen.
This is how good they are. You can have a Fair Board member standing on the forks of a forklift, lifted up to, now no straps, or just up against the wall, get some stuff done, come back down, life's fine. That's how good they are. Not that I saw that happen.
Yeah, we've got a lot of talent on our Fair Board.
We're OSHA approved.
And they jump in. Kelsey asked for help. People jump in and just get things done. We've got a whiteboard in the office. So there's going to be a lot of volunteer things happen around this building. We've got to reconnect a water line that we roughed in between Christmas and New Year, and I believe that's happening Saturday. Volunteer labor making that work. Volunteer track hoe. And that's kind of how a lot of things at the fair happens, is with people who care and people who volunteer and just make things happen.
Well, and that's what I love about this, because I get to see every year for the last 4, I don't know how many we've been doing it now. Mm-hmm. I get to see kind of behind the scenes and what you guys are doing to make this thing all happen. And the thing that actually impressed me the most, I don't know if I've ever told you this, at noon every day during the fair, they have a Fair Board meeting, mm-hmm. right? And they're all there, it looks like there's like 600 of them, but there's not. It's kind of intimidating when you go there for the first time. I'm not going to lie, because it's just this group of people that just, pardon my French, get shit done, right? Like everybody hollers like, hey, we got this, we got this, we got this. And I looked at them like, these are my people, right? Like you guys may use excavators and, whatever, and I use cameras. But when I saw you guys, I'm like, this is a group I want to help. And that's why I've loved doing this for the last 4 years. It's like, I've learned so much, and you can watch last year's broadcast and I still don't know jack, but it's just so much fun to watch people do what they enjoy and do it well, and just just get it done.
Yeah, we have a group text, like a Fair Board text throughout the fair, and anytime something comes up, I'm like, hey, this needs done, this needs done, this needs done. Like immediately I have a text response like on it. Like that's all. If you look through all of our group text, Tim sees them too. Yep. The guy, like there is no waiting like, oh, who's going to get this? Who's going to get this? Who's going to go do this? It's immediate responses. Like the guys love it. Like they literally are. They are on it. They love doing it.
Well, and like when we started talking about broadcasting and all this stuff, there's naturally questions like how would it work? Just like all that sort of stuff. But there was never any like hesitation in it. It was like, let's learn about it, do it, and like wait, we could broadcast all this? You could do it. Yeah.
Their first questions is always like, what do you need? It's not maybe let's think about it. No, their first question is always, what do you need? It's always, what do you need to make it successful? That's always been their question.
And I wish every client partner was like that, because mm-hmm. I know I can come with an idea, and if I feel pretty good about it, we're just going to...
I want to slow down right there. He didn't come up with very many good ideas.
No, but when I do, they're home runs. No, but and that's... I think that's, people notice that when they come. Like, that's when you come to the fair, which is when, Kelsey?
July 16th through 20th.
Yeah, it's really soon, actually.
Very
Yes.
soon.
Give us a little rundown on what you got on the agenda this year.
Yeah. Well, Wednesday night, we'll kick it off with stock car races. Thursday, we're at which is new this year. We're going to have 2 concerts. So Thursday night, we'll have a Lakeview concert. It's a little country/rock. Should be a good concert. Friday, we'll have our tractor pull. Saturday, we'll have a Clay Walker concert. And then Sunday, we'll have our demo derby and trailer races.
Do you have the names of the people that are playing Thursday night and Saturday night yet?
So Thursday night, it's the band's name is Lakeview.
Lakeview?
Lakeview. Yep. So it's they're based out of it's like country/rock and roll. It's a good combo of both of them.
That sounds exactly like the fair.
Yeah, it should be a good time. You know, people have been asking for 2 concerts. We've been trying to figure out a way to bring it back. And so we feel like this is a good intro into it. And then, like I said, Saturday night we're gonna have Clay Walker. And then Timothy Wayne's gonna open up for him. Timothy Wayne is actually Tim McGraw's nephew. So he's got some songs out there. He's been working his way up the charts, so it should be really exciting. It should be a good fair. I think, Chris, you're planning on definitely streaming some shows and some livestock shows, and we had a lot of good comments on that this last year.
I was afraid you were going to remember that I said I was going to drive in the demo derby. That's where I thought you were going.
No, we had lots of good like the kids that show in the livestock shows. I mean, those 4-H and FFA kids, those guys work all year long really hard. And so it's really nice that, you know, if the grandparents aren't able to attend, like I have been thanked several times over, you know, that the grandparents that couldn't attend were still able to see those kids. And like I said, I mean, it was definitely noticed. So we are excited to be bringing that back.
And that's what was fun last year. Like, I kept telling everybody, like, the first time, like, because we're going all over the fair, and there's Wi-Fi places, there's internet, like, I mean, it's a huge area. And I'm like, I don't want to like promote that we're doing this because I don't know how good it's going to be this first time, right?
And then everybody noticed and they loved it.
We just, like, seriously, the first time we just sort of went live and we had it all going. And then it probably wasn't within like 2 or 3 hours after the time we cut off.
People started, people were texting us.
What time are we going on tomorrow? What time? And I'm like, well, we're going to try at like 1. But no, it's so much fun. And what I loved is like Sam Paul and Ashley Weeby from Muscatine's 4-H. Like Ashley came on and talked with us a bunch. Some of the Paul girls, Mallory, Bruin, a bunch of them, they all hopped on.
The kids love it.
They do, and I'm actually going to try and talk to Ashley about maybe having some kids help do the broadcasts this year because they do
ag broadcasting for their contests, and so it'll be great practice for the kids that are going to do the contests there in the spring.
And then we don't have to listen to my idiotic comments on what a cow is, dude. You should come up, Danny, and like sit with.
I'm here every day.
No, I know, but no, I mean
I know you're over there, so I stay on this side of the fair.
Probably not.
We got 80 acres. We can spread out.
And I do have to give a shout out on that to Next Gen Motors because we're going everywhere hauling gear. They got us this awesome side-by-side last year.
Yeah, they're a fantastic sponsor of the fair.
Just huge shout out to all the guys out there.
Yeah, over the years though, we've had some really nice improvements. You know, from the livestock barns to this facility and you know, we've been coming out. My wife's been coming since she's been showing horses since she's little.
Yeah.
And of course, I know you as the fair queen. My daughter Kayla was the fair queen, I think, in 2007, 2008. So it's quite the experience.
So she obviously takes after her mother.
Yeah, well,
you walked right into that.
I taught her how to do that walk.
The fair queen wave.
Yeah. But there is a lot of history and tradition that people and families just keep coming back, and I think that's why you're seeing the donations that you've seen. There's just like you mentioned, there's just so much support for our fairgrounds and making it better and growing.
And I do want to touch on one other thing, you know, because obviously there's all this fun stuff. It'd be really easy to bypass the financial side of this, right? And you guys have taken in the last 5-6 years, you guys have like almost revamped the financial situation of the fair.
Yeah. So
Tell everybody about that.
so Tim was on the fair board when they first started the capital campaign. So in 2014, they kicked off their first capital campaign. They fundraised $1 million that first year. And so then in 2015, they totally revamped the hog barn. And so they totally refurbished that building. Then they went on to refurbish Heritage Hall, the Kitty Barnyard, put a new roof on the X barn, revamped the cattle show ring, built the other show ring is called the Daufelt show ring. So that is where like hogs, sheep, goats all get shown. That was totally new in 2019. We would have used it in 2020. That would have been its first year, but there was no fair that year because of COVID. So we first used it in 2021. Built a new bathroom and yeah. So the last two projects to use or to do is both the activity center that we're in today and the grandstand. And so when it came back to the board, okay, now what's our next project? All of these projects have been done and paid for in cash. The Fair Board did a fantastic job at fundraising. They've done a great job and been very fiscally responsible and, really, worked on recognizing their donors and taking care of the donors. So then, like I said, it came down to these last two projects. And when the Fair Board sat down and looked at it, they ultimately decided that replacing the activity center was the next, the best financial decision they could do. Take care of that project, and then hopefully some income from that could help work on different improvements that could be made to the grandstand in the future. So that's how they got to the project they're at today.
So I'll be honest, I wasn't a fair kid. We've had this conversation a bunch. I mean, I came out, we come out and like ride the rides and stuff, but I mean, not the whole other like side and the whole reason the fair exists.
Right.
But what I love about it is my son's 13, right? And he's a basketball player. He's a lot like me from that side of it. But what's cool is he has a desire to learn about ag. Like he's going to he chose an elective for ag for 8th grade.
That's great.
He comes out and like Mallory Brun's our neighbor. She's shown everything, cows and whatever. And as a matter of fact,
is he at the going to do projects at the Ag Learning Center then this year?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
And so what's cool is you guys have made this so accessible to those that are outside of the ag world, right? And that's what I think is great about it, because I can come in, you guys, like literally I'm electronics nerd guy, and you guys like just, come on in. Yep, that's a cow. Yep, Chris, you're right, that's a cow. And I never felt like an idiot. I learned a bunch, and the kids notice that, and it makes ag that much more approachable.
Yeah, no, it takes everybody. It's not just one person or another, or one career other than another. Tim's an engineer. I'm the fair manager, but we need you. We need you to help, title and to get everybody works together. I mean, this is why Tim has been so instrumental, in the event center. With him being an engineer, he understands like the technical side of it. He's been super helpful in that side. It takes everybody. We have people that work with cement every day on our board. We got people that work with water lines every day on our board. People that work with electricity every day. All those type of things. That's what's helped make our projects work, is because everybody has such a diverse background and everybody's so willing to learn from each other to help make the project a success.
So there's all the sappy stuff. Now, the cool stuff we're going to cover real quick because it's a little ways away. You're going to see a whole bunch of it more coming up. But concerts, get your fair passes now, right?
Yeah, MuscatineCountyFair.com. Just go on the website there. It'll say get tickets at the top. Go ahead and purchase your tickets there. If you purchase them off our website, you can have an electronic option, so you can have them right there on your phone. So highly recommend that option if those are, if that's something you're interested in. But you can also come to the fair office, purchase a hard ticket. You can also print off the form off our website as well and send that in, and we can send you a hard ticket as well.
And businesses, you can donate. You can still be a sponsor of the fair this year.
We have our
big old sign up on the.
We have our sponsorship packets on our website as well. All of our sponsors are displayed both on our website. The ones that choose to do the large sign sponsorships, we have signs along our back of our grandstand and in front of the grandstand. Our signs have been huge.
I haven't seen a Danny Chick sign out there though. A big Danny Chick sign.
Putting pressure on me.
Now, but correct me if I'm wrong. There's a Discover Muscatine one out there. So come on, Dan.
I'll have to get on it. If somebody wants to donate
to the project,
regardless of the size of the donation, because we'll accept all of them.
Yeah.
What do they got to do?
And like I said, we accept any donations. So just get a hold of me at the Muscatine County Fair office. You can send me an email at muscatinecountyfair@gmail.com. You can give me a phone call. Office phone numbers 319-627-2414. Just reach out to the fair office and I'll get back in touch with you. Or if you know one of the fair board members, feel free to contact a fair board member and they'll get you in contact with myself. And then we can go through the paperwork. It's pretty simple. All donations will be tax exempt as well. We are a 501c3.
Okay, so here's the important questions that we ask every guest.
All right.
How do you feel about roundabouts? Are you going to put a roundabout in out here?
Right here in the front when you.
For the flow of traffic.
You know, I think they'll be able to figure it out.
Okay. Obviously, where we're sitting now is eventually going to be a parking lot.
Correct.
Is it going to be like pull-in parking, or is it going to be back-in parking? Is it going to be back-in parking, and will there be parking meters?
No to the parking meters. We haven't decided how the lines are going to be painted just yet.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this just as a friendly suggestion. Don't do back-in parking. People hate it. It's more effective. I've seen all the data, but I'm going to tell you, people, at least in Muscatine, hate it. So, guys, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course, thank you for what you do for the fair, for the whole county. Thank you for being the catalyst behind the Kent Event Center, Hy-Vee, Kent, House, Townsend, everybody, thank you. We can't thank you all enough for what you do in this community. We try, but it doesn't say enough. So, Danny, do you have any other wise words of wisdom?
No, Brian's on his way home. He will be back. He is a little better looking than you, so.
Yeah, you won't have to put up with me out
So
front anymore.
Brian will be back on the next show. He's just out on the road on his way on a safe ride home.
So one thing to remember, folks, when we say we are Muscatine, we don't always just mean the city of Muscatine. Muscatine County, this whole nucleus is the Muscatine community. And when we say we are Muscatine, it's exactly what we mean. Because you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are.
Yeah, we are Muscatine.
Muscatine.
That's a wrap on this episode of Two Chicks and a Chris. Make sure to follow, subscribe, and tell your friends, especially if they live in Muscatine and like questionable opinions. We'll catch you next time on Two Chicks and a Chris, where Muscatine news meets organized chaos.